Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was this website called YouTube, started by some guy who liked the zoo or something. On this website, people were encouraged to post their funny or interesting or weird videos of themselves, with absolutely no reward other than the good feeling that comes with the fact that, if your video became popular, you, some average schmuck who probably had no chance of ever being in the entertainment industry, still managed to entertain hundreds of thousands or maybe even millions of people. But obviously, at some point, someone said, "So, shouldn't this make money?" And someone else said, Yes it should. And advertising was thrown into the mix, because this is still the internet, and in 2007, 2008, everyone was already used to everything on here being free. You weren't getting anyone to pay for shit. So the only way to earn money? Apparently, it's by showing products to a group of people who don't want to spend money. Now, of course, I wasn't in the boardroom for any of the progress on this, but I've been on YouTube since 2009. And for those of you who have been on this site for a while as well, you know that at one time, you had to apply to be a YouTube partner, and someone had to approve your videos to have ads on them. Then they kind of said, okay, if you meet certain thresholds, we'll let you have ads on your videos and make money from them. And they didn't really check on your shit. Then, not that long ago, someone at YouTube said, fuck it, ads for everyone! And lifted pretty much every check and balance, and every threshold restriction. And why would they do this? To be able to sell more advertising, of course. YouTube got greedy, and as we're finding out, they fucked themselves, which I've been telling YouTube to go do for years. The less money they had to spend on manpower reviewing videos, and the more ads they could run, meant the more they could profit from major companies who were just like, yeah, sure, put my ads on this stupid website where people sing songs and pretend they're on a reality show and play video games and open boxes of toys they bought on the internet. That's what's on here, right? But ladies and gentlemen, it's time to wave bye-bye. The gravy train is pulling the fuck out of the station faster than Logan Paul's dad should have pulled out of his mom. More and more advertisers are finding out that their ads aren't exactly on the most wholesome of shit. And surprise, they have an image they want to keep up as well. There's a theory among people, mostly people with no background in marketing whatsoever, that advertisers only care how many eyes their products are in front of, not who those eyes are attached to or what they're watching. If this was true, Procter & Gamble would be putting Crest toothpaste ads in front of DP bondage videos on Pornhub. After all, porn is one of the most viewed things on the internet. Why don't they put ads for normal shit on that? Because it doesn't fit with their brand. So, it comes as absolutely no surprise to me when I heard this week that Unilever was threatening to pull all advertising on Facebook and YouTube, somewhere in the realm of, $2.5 billion worth, unless it cleans up the swamp. Borrowing Trump rhetoric aside, I don't fucking blame them. Imagine you run a company. This is a stretch, you have to imagine that you're successful in life, but just close your eyes and go with it for a second. You sell ice cream and soup and tea and shit like that. And you find out you pay money, and not a little money, but millions, billions of dollars to run ads on a site where your ad could potentially run just before a video of some stupid blonde fuckface tasing a dead rat. Or some Aryan hate monger regurgitating shit he read from the Daily Stormer. Number one, it's a waste of money. These people don't buy this shit. Logan Paul's audience is 14-year-old edgelords who think prank videos are funny. They make and influence almost zero buying decisions in the household. And number two, it doesn't matter if you think there's a disconnect. A company doesn't want anyone to think there's a connection. And nobody wants their soup to be the official soup of the alt-right. Except for maybe Mein Kampf-Bulls. Plus, they don't want to be the ones funding this shit. Which they are. If you saw an ad before a video today, that company paid money to YouTube, who then paid money to the creator. You can be angry about that advertiser wanting to fuck off, but it's their money you're taking. How dare the advertisers decide what they want to spend their money on, right? But advertisers are funding videos on YouTube, good and bad, and they currently have no say as to which ones they get to be on, which was very stupid on their part. When they advertise on TV or radio, someone at the company, maybe not the CEO, but somebody, knows exactly what their ads will be playing during. In fact, they pay a premium to advertise on more popular shows. Instead, with YouTube, they all signed agreements saying their ads would only be on family-friendly content, and then you, as a creator, signed an agreement saying that you'd only be allowed to run ads as long as your content was family-friendly. But that is where shit broke down. It all involved everyone trusting everyone else. Everyone is at fault here. YouTube for not doing a better job of vetting shit, for opening the floodgates in the first place, for making a promise to advertisers that they couldn't deliver on, and getting creators' hopes up that this would actually be a steady source of income forever. The advertisers for not fucking looking before they crossed the road and then complaining when they got hit by a bus, and the creators for not being smarter and screaming censorship when their ad revenue is taken away because they didn't read not only the fine print, but also the large print that says you can't swear a lot, or say sexual shit, or show violence, or use abusive speech if you want the money. And man, the fucking entitlement. Someone on my Twitter said that it could be considered theft when YouTube doesn't let you earn money from their website. Imagine going to a grocery store that you weren't ever hired to work at, and you started stocking shelves for 8 hours without asking anyone or being asked to, and then going to the manager and saying, "Pay me, or you're a fucking thief." I know I sound like a broken record, a saying that is once again relevant thanks to hipsters and urban outfitters, but no one asked you to be a YouTuber. No one hired you. And being a YouTube partner isn't a true partnership. You're a fucking busker, and YouTube is a street corner that they've said you can perform on if you follow their rules. Have you ever met with anyone at YouTube? Shaken hands with someone? Susan Wojcicki, or one of her underlings, never interviewed me for a job. I never auditioned. We never had a chat about the work I'd be doing for them, and the money that they'd provide me for that work. All things that you do in an actual partnership. I have some useless guy assigned to me who can't fucking help me with anything, but emails me once in a while anyway. But there's no partnership here. And every YouTuber is a dime a dozen. Everyone and their brother wants to be fucking famous now. Andy Warhol's future has come true, except everyone thinks they deserve their 15 minutes of fame. Everyone thinks they can do what everyone else does on here, and you know what? 99% of the time, they probably can. Unilever is also mad at Facebook for their role in the proliferation of fake news, and not the type Trump talks about. But they've laid out an impossible challenge. Unilever would no longer advertise on platforms that create divisions in society or fail to protect young people. Neither Google or Facebook can ever promise to stop this. Not without vetting every single post, every single video, and removing anything that might be a little divisive, and anything that wouldn't be allowed in a G-rated movie, which would absolutely destroy these sites. Who would fucking use those? I know I wouldn't. But if they can't make any money, the sites won't exist to be used anyway. According to NASDAQ, Facebook spent $14 billion on R&D and sales, general, and admin costs last year. Where's that money coming from? Ads and sponsored posts. So what's the answer? I don't know for them, but fuck them. They're big companies. They can pay a consultant to figure that shit out. But if you, a creator, wants to make money, get your own revenue stream. Be your own pimp. Go get your own advertisers. See how well that works for you. Start a Patreon. Get your viewers to support you by coughing up their money. Again, see how well that goes for you. But the YouTube ad stream? Everyone pissed and shit in that same stream they were drinking from, and now it's more tainted than the fucking Ganges.